Namaskaram and Swagatam to Fluent in Malayalam. Myself Sonia. This is the first time I'm coming in this channel. I've been planning to do a video like this for so long, but I think now's the time. First of all, I want to thank you all who have supported me. It's been 4 years since I started this channel, and I know usually people do a video like this when they reach like a 100k subscriber mark or a 1 million subscriber mark, but I'm telling you, this itself is huge for me because I never expected anything like this to happen. Because I started this channel about, as I said, 5 years ago, and at that time I was trying to learn Tamil. So I was in Chennai and I was trying to learn Tamil so that I can speak fluently to other people in there. So I was trying to do that. So I went into YouTube, I searched for channels, and I found this channel. The channel name was Daisy Dame Forever. Actually, she had a woman was doing it, and she had stopped doing the videos at that time itself. But I liked the way she presented it. People were understanding it. It is very friendly. So I thought, if someone wants to learn Malayalam, is there a channel like that in YouTube? That's when I searched for it. And of course, there was some channels teaching Malayalam language, but they were teaching Malayalam language through Malayalam. So I'm like, how is that going to benefit a non-Malayalam speaker? Because it will be very difficult for them to understand it. That is why they want to learn it. So then I started preparing presentations, and then I started doing it. I didn't know anything about it. I searched in Google about how to make videos, how to do screen recording, and then I used a phone headset to actually record it. So initially, in my initial videos, you can understand that there was feeble sound, was very feeble, and I still get a lot of complaints regarding that. Why did you do this? This is a awesome content, but the volume, the clarity, the sound quality is very poor because I didn't know anything. I was just trying something and I didn't know. And the first initial video is still my popular video. It has gained actually 639k views right now. That's where I'm standing at that. That's the most popular. Thinking back to it, I feel like I could have done better, but I'm telling you, it is still people's favorite video, and I'm very happy about that. So before making any videos, my thought process goes like this. How is this going to benefit a non-Malayalam speaker? How are they going to understand the pronunciation? How are they going to understand the common usages in the language? So that is how I make every videos, and each conversation that I have made and I know you love conversations, all the conversation videos I have made has come from my imaginations. It's like I think about the situation and then I think about the useful sentences that will arise in the situation, and that is how I make it. And then I do refer grammar books, and that is how I bring the grammar lessons to you. And I think I'm really happy that a lot of people in here are benefiting from it, because I get comments and I get messages regarding how they were able to make sentences in Malayalam, how they are improving, how now they are talking to their friends and their family. So it's a huge thing, right? It's a huge thing because still now, if you search in internet, the resources for Malayalam language is so scarce. So it is very difficult for someone who really interested in this language to get a resource where they can go and learn about this language. So that is the main challenge for people who want to learn this. So I was once going through Quora and I saw this link where they were asking about how difficult it is to learn Malayalam. And one person commented, he's a non-Malayali, but he commented like, Malayalis always says that Malayalam is very difficult language, so don't struggle to learn it. It will be very difficult for you. And the second thing he said is that, or otherwise they will tell like, we speak every languages in Kerala, so you need not bother about learning Malayalam. So both those are like misconception or wrong arguments, I will say, because Malayalam is not the difficult language in the world. It might be difficult. So what is difficult, what is easy always depend on your perception regarding anything. But with the proper resources and proper effort, you still can learn Malayalam. That is my opinion about that. And the second thing, that we Malayalis speak all languages in our state. That's also a wrong thing because, we are very welcoming to all other languages. We welcome all other languages, all other cultures. And if you want to get a proof of that, you can get to a local best and you can hear all other language songs like Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, then Punjabi, everything. We are very welcoming, but that doesn't mean we speak all the languages. So those are two misinformations regarding Malayalam. So there is this serious misconception going regarding Malayalam that it is a very, very difficult language to learn. And I am not alone in this video. I do have Elisa, originally born and brought up in USA, and she became the daughter-in-law of Malayalam. She got interested in this language and she started teaching Malayalam in social media platforms. She is popularly known as Elikutti on the social media platforms. Especially she is very popular in Instagram because of her picture journals, and her videos are very thorough. I really enjoy them, and I think those are really helpful for people who want to learn Malayalam. So here she is. She will discuss some of the useful tips or the methods she used to learn Malayalam. So I think that is going to be very beneficial for you all who want to learn Malayalam. So let's hear from her.
Namaskaram. Thank you so much, Sonia, for inviting me to your channel. Actually, your channel was one of the first resources I found when I was trying to search for Malayalam. I am really happy to be here, and I'd like to talk a bit more about this interesting topic. So as you said, first of all, when making resources, there were some challenges in the beginning, right? Just like you, I was self-taught in everything that I've done. Initially, I drew everything by hand and then uploaded it. Then once I got braver, I started recording myself speaking and slowly started teaching myself video editing and using graphics. And, it's always a learning process, not just the language, but also creating content. So more power to you. It's amazing that you've kept this up for 5 years now. That's really wonderful. So for me, what motivated me the most was the fact that I am a language teacher and I have knowledge of teaching English. So how can I use these strategies to teach Malayalam? And honestly, if you're learning a language, if you're able to explain it to someone else, that just shows that you're able to understand it yourself. So a lot of the lessons that I do are just made to help me cement my own understanding and present it in a way just as you to create a resource for people who don't speak Malayalam who are interested in learning Malayalam, because as you mentioned before, so many resources were made for Malayalis to learn Malayalam. Now to move on to the next point that you brought up, that Malayalam has this reputation of being a very difficult language. It kind of does defeat people who are trying to learn it. And I myself have been told, why are you learning that? Just stick with English. You only need English, it's fine. And so the thing is, Malayalam is difficult depending on a variety of factors. First of all, what's your first language? So if you're coming from Tamil, that's the closest related language to Malayalam. So Malayalam is not so difficult to a Tamil speaker as it is to, say, an English speaker. That's just because of our background. But that being said, Mandarin Chinese and Japanese and Korean are all difficult languages for Westerners to learn, yet they're being studied in mass right now. You have 1,000 to 2,000 characters to learn to read a newspaper. You have grammar that's very different. You have these things called particles that you have to attach to words for different grammatical structures. It's difficult, but people still learn it because they enjoy it, because they find it useful for whatever reason. So why do we need to disqualify Malayalam for being difficult? It really is the mindset and it is the resources. And what we need to do is promote Malayalam so that it continues on to the next few generations. Because if we stop learning Malayalam because it's difficult, then who's going to be left to speak it after the next 2-3 generations? I really hope that more people get engaged with Malayalam. On Instagram already I've seen about 7 or 8 new accounts pop up, all creating Malayalam resources. So that's really exciting and really comforting. And, people like you are helping pave the way for setting an example of how we can make resources available globally, accessible to anyone who wants to learn. And I think that's the beauty of the internet, is that it's not just limited to one community anymore. It belongs to the whole world. So if you're watching this video thinking, should I learn Malayalam? Is it too difficult? The answer is no. No, it's not difficult. And yes, you should learn. നമുക്ക്
Let's learn
ഒരുമിച്ച് മലയാളം
Malayalam
പഠിക്കാം.
together.
Thank you so
Namaskaram.
much. Namaskar.